Hey guys, what's up? It's Figgy from Survivor giving you my weekly recap of Survivor Game Changers. I'm gonna jump straight into it because this is a pretty just flat episode, for me anyways. We get right to the part where we see everyone's reactions, and it's clear that Brad and Sierra, I almost said Andrea, Brad and Sierra are blindsided from this Debbie vote, but that also puts Troy, Zan, and Ty on the outs, having 6 numbers strong with Aubrey, Suri, Sarah, who flipped, who did I say? Aubrey, Suri, Sarah, Michaela, Zeke, and Andrea. So those are our sexy 6 alliance. And then you have the 4 on the outs, like I said, Brad, Sierra, Troy, Zan, and Ty, who have 3 idols in their possession, which none of the others know about. So we go through all this drama, and then we go ahead and get to the reward challenge, where we are winning a trip to a resort with cheesecake and, well, obviously more food, but we get to sleep in a bed. The best sleep that you could possibly get playing the game of Survivor is up for a reward. When it comes to the school year pick, Brad ends up being on a team with everyone who is not in his alliance, which is actually pretty good for him. They win the reward, and he gets to go snuggle with everyone who's not in his alliance for the night, where we end up seeing that him and Zeke have this bonding moment. It's really great for Brad, not so much good for Zeke to display in front of his alliance that, oh, I'm bonding with the enemy. We see flat out that Aubrey is not a fan of this, but definitely Andrea, who's already had trust issues with Zeke. So this is not good for Zeke, but it's good for his game longevity-wise. Just not for Aubrey and Andrea and everyone else in his alliance. Unless they view it with open eyes, which they aren't doing. Brad feels like he's in a better spot after talking with Zeke on the reward. And we get back to camp and we get Sierra saying, I'm hungry and I can't even stand up to go get food because I'm so exhausted. And everyone's just kind of emotionless. I mean, you get to this point in the game, which I didn't reach day 29, obviously, or whatever day we're on. I think it's 29. And I could only imagine how I felt being 18 days in, how it's going to feel to be there for 29 days, and how hungry and how 10 times worse all these feelings end up actually being. So this is where we kind of see people wanting to make moves and talk things out. There is this plot to get Zeke out. Sarah's like, that's my dude. Like, I trust him. I don't want to take him out right now. I at least want to get him to the final 6 and then X him off when I don't need him. But for right now, I trust him. And they are very tight. They were super close when all of the, you know, the whole outrage a couple weeks ago happened. Sarah was just very emotional and had Zeke's back, and they really bonded. So Sarah is really loyal to Zeke, but we're gonna see how loyal she comes down to after the immunity challenge, where it comes down to dominoes. And it comes down pretty much to Andrea, Michaela, and Sarah. We saw Michaela's emotions flat out, hard on her sleeve, right after she lost that immunity challenge. And I don't know if anyone else caught it, but I could definitely catch things like that and how upset she was when she lost. And I feel her. Like, even when I lost the reward challenge with sweets, I was crying and everyone called me a baby and made memes about me. But you know what? Like, we don't like to lose. Losing sucks. Losing is why people go home. So unless you have that necklace around you or you have those sweets in your mouth, you're not feeling too good. And Andrea ended up winning that immunity challenge. So she is now a 2-time immunity challenge winner this season. So you go, girl. We get back to camp and Zeke's name still be thrown around. Sierra's name's being thrown around. Andrea's wanting to make a power move to get Zeke taken out. She's talking to Suri. She's like, I gotta talk to Officer Sarah. Officer Sarah is still not down with this. Names are getting thrown out there, and Sarah realizes I kind of have to just use my radar when I need to and lie low and keep quiet and just let the people who are throwing the names out there throw them out there, because they're gonna end up having a target on their back. I just need to kind of go with the flow. So Sarah realizes this. She still doesn't want to take out Zeke. Michaela doesn't want to take out Zeke either, because Michaela trusts Zeke. She's played with him before, not played with him before like in an alliance, but she's played in a game with him and knows what he's capable of and knows how smart he is. So she definitely wants to link up with someone like that. And we see Troy, Zan, and Ty talking for a moment, and it's funny because neither one of them knows the other person has an idol. Ty has 2, Troy, Zan has 1, and they're talking about, you know, if I have to, if it comes down to it, I'm gonna play an idol for myself. And they don't even have to. We get to tribal council, and we get the blind side of Zeke. And I'm saying blind side because it did seem like Sierra was gonna go home. Ty's name getting written down, I was a little bit confused about because we didn't see that much talk about Ty's name getting written down, thrown out there, and even he was kind of like, what? Because he has 2 idols in his pocket. If he was really feeling uncomfortable, he could have played one. And if my name's getting written down and I have 2 idols, I'm probably going to play it if it's like a split vote. And that's what it kind of looked like. Just in case Zeke had an idol, we wanted to throw someone else's name out there, or I don't know, that's kind of what I picked up off of it. But Andrea got her way, and she took out Zeke while she could. And Zeke even said it after he got voted out, you know, it was a smart move because he was going to come after her. And I did call this, that we were going to see some Andrea and Zeke drama go down. But next week's episode is showing, what did it show? We kind of see a lot of scrambling. I can't really remember exactly what we were seeing and who was talking, but we still have all these idols in play. All I want to do is see someone play a dang idol. That's all I want to see. Michaela cried after this vote. I want to comment on that. Again, it's showing her emotions, which is a beautiful thing on the island. I love seeing people wearing their heart on their sleeve and how emotional they can get on the island, because I was very vulnerable and I wore my heart on my sleeve and I gave it my all, and I was crying over brownies. But you know, when you break a bond in a relationship with someone, it does things to you, and we saw that with Michaela Bradshaw. The vote didn't surprise me personally. I knew Zeke would probably go at some point with this whole Andrea-Zeke drama, because we know Andrea's game a little bit better than Zeke's from the past players anyways, who have seen Andrea play and who haven't seen Zeke play. But Surya, obviously, you know, she noticed how smart Zeke was and that he needed to be taken out, because she's like, I've played 4 times and this kid knows more about the game than I do, and how it's evolved and all these things, so we gotta take this kid out. And it was good gameplay, like he said, and I think, you know, if Andrea does make it to the end, I think that could get her a vote with Zeke if she continues to play a good and smart game. But it's gonna be interesting to see who stays with her and listens to her, because after you make a move like that, there's 9 people left. You don't want to be viewed as a person being in charge. And it's because that person gets to the end, that's someone who can win the $1 million and take the title from you. So next week's episode, we get to see how these numbers play out. It's 5-4. But that doesn't mean anything. Like Michaela said, like Sarah said, I don't feel good about this. Someone can flip. So will someone flip next week? Will an idol get played next week? I'm excited. Oh, we did get to see, sorry, I totally remember what we saw in the trailer for next week's episode. We see Sierra talking to Sarah about her advantage, about her getting to the final 6 and having the legacy where she is immune. Sorry, I had to think. She's immune. And, you know, if Sarah can build her trust up, when Sierra gets voted out, Sierra could leave that to her. But who knows? It depends on the stress level with her and Brad and Troyzan and Ty, and then with Sarah, because Sarah voted out Zeke and now she's back to being that flip vote. I think next week's episode, Sarah's going to be in that same position, 4-4. Where's she going to go? Or will someone else step into that position? I'm hoping to see some idols play out. I would like to only see one played out. You know what? Why not see Troyzan and Ty play them? I don't even know. I just want to see it get really crazy, really wild. Debbie's not in the game anymore twerking on anyone, so there goes that excitement for me. But it's getting interesting. The game is getting interesting, and I'm excited to see how this all plays out, and I'm excited for next week's episode. Comment below what you guys think. If I forgot something, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get these recaps out as fast as I can now. I've been kind of slacking, but my sister just had her baby, aka my first nephew, Carver, so we've been giving him so much love. I've been working nonstop, and I just want to get these out to you as soon as I can. So if I missed something, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Comment below, though, what you guys think. The people I think are in a really good spot right now. I think Cerie's in a good spot. I think Michaela's in a good spot. I think Sarah's in a good spot, but she's the person I kind of see like in between, because people are seeing that she's the swing vote, at least the audience is right now. Who knows if people on the island are actually even seeing this. But Sarah is that swing vote, and she's that middleman. So do we take out the middleman or do we keep her in? So she's kind of in the middle for me. I don't think Sierra or Andrea are in very good spots. Sierra, people were already targeting, and then Andrea has been vocalizing herself a little bit too much, and people know that she was behind the Zeke vote out. So I don't see them in very good spots. I'm trying to think. Aubrey's been playing kind of quiet and low lately, so I think she's in a good spot too. And if I have to pick one more person that's not in the best spots, I'm just gonna have to go with Ty. And I go with Ty because he trusts you, okay? He has 2 idols, he hasn't told anyone about it, but if he doesn't feel like he needs to play them, he's not gonna play them. So what if it gets down to it and he doesn't play his idols and he goes home with 2? It's a high possibility for him. I'm hoping not, because I really wanna see all the looks on these people's faces when all these idols pop out. But those are my thoughts on the season right now. Comment below your thoughts. I love you guys so much, I say that every week, and I hope you guys enjoyed my recap of Survivor Game Changers. Mwah! Figgy has spoken. I had to comment real quick on what Debbie said at the tribal council when Haley goes, game changers, and Debbie goes, idiots. I thought it was so hilarious. I died laughing. That was the quote of the episode for me. I freaking love Debbie and all of her craziness, and I am going to miss her twerking. I already do. And I just wanted to make a quick comment about Debbie because I don't think I did in my last episode or my last video, and maybe I did. But I don't think I would have voted out Debbie. I think it was dumb to vote her out. And the reason why is because I don't know if she could defend herself in the end on the moves she's made in the game to win the $1 million. I think she would be twerking and having fun and making everyone laugh. But I think that's someone you want to sit next to in the final 3 because you could possibly win in a word battle with her on why you deserve to win. And if you outplay Debbie, you can win $1 million.